And I want to say thank you for following me all this while. God bless you. May God raise people to follow you when you need them, or to be there for you. I'm still yours, Pastor Mrs. Tina Okonji, the relationship advocate everywhere. Wake me up. I want to talk about it. I'm excited about seeing the relationship working. We have gone through our own, little experience here and there, and we always want to counsel, especially the young generation, to get it right. Someone say I'm always talking about young generation. All right, before we go on this evening, as it's my custom and customer for a lot of people out there, want to say what a prayer. Thank you, our righteous God, for always being attentive to our prayers tonight. Want to reach at least one more person with a word of advice, with a word of comfort that they can make it. If they can put their trust in you and use their wisdom, which you have given to them to do, holding on to your will, the persons concerned will definitely have a safe landing. So this evening, allow me to repeat this warning to the single, especially those about to be married. All right, not warning in the negative, because I'm not the type that want to shout and say, don't do this, don't do that, don't this. No, we always encourage and allow the people make their choices to whatever decision they will take. But you know, just like the adage in a lot of culture we go, you don't see things that you know will not have a safe landing, and you permit it to happen. You encourage the people and you pray the seeds. And I'm sure when you are not there, those words you are giving to them will be ringing bells on their head. So I want to say this, please, younger generation, take this word of advice, take this counsel from us. And even as you do so, I'm sure you're going to have a safe landing, God willing. All right, welcome. And I want to say, please, you will definitely get value for your time. Thank you. Do not leave without subscribing. We appreciate you being there. Handle these things that we're going to talk, about this evening with all maturity, no sentiment, no emotions. All right. Do have the right, you know, countenance. Be open. Some people, whenever you are telling them some things, they have already made up their mind on what they want. And I want to say that it's a wrong thing to do, to always, have make your decision. I have made my decision. I'm standing by it. Nothing is changing it. It's a wrong sign. It's a wrong flag for anyone that is going, to have good relationship working with people. All right. And so we want to just um, list out some of these things that we encourage younger ones that are coming up, especially those that have made decision to get married. If you know me, I always say there's no excuse to quit any relationship. But before you get into any relationship and you discover there are some red side, hey, I want to tell you and I want to beg you, watch to make sure you are taking the right decision. Marriage is something that is supposed to last as long as you live. It's a lifelong thing. It's not, what you just want to enter and go of. People that enter into marriages and they're out of it, I don't know how they do it. We are not saying stay in abusive marriage, but I'm just saying that two people that decide to marry, that have made their own decision and agree that, okay, this should not be, okay, and then begin to handle it whenever there's problem. I mean, when they're already into a relationship, then you are not there already, and then you are planning to be there. We have these advices for you, and we say if you can take these advices, the errors won't be much. Thank you for staying on. God bless you. All right. First of all, whatever you believe in, make sure you have the fear of God, or who the person that you are going to settle with has the fear of God. If this person does not have the fear of God, you're going to have problems. Yeah, because he will tell you his own opinion, which will contradict what he that instituted the institution of marriage from the onset have in mind. And so because people keep following their own idea, we discover that it doesn't work. Okay, make sure that this person, both of you, fear God. And because at the process you might have to hurt sometime and go and look at the word of God and find out how it will be useful for you even as you move on. There are so many things that is outlined in the word of God for us believers in the Bible, believers in Christ Jesus, which you need to follow to make it, to create for better peace in your home. You cannot do without taking advice from people and from the word of God. So before you go into marriage, make sure the person you are agreeing to marry is a man that fears God. Someone have told me she knows before we marry that I don't go to church. Why is she bothering me? And the truth of the matter is that you cannot enforce. You already knew that he's someone that have this particular lifestyle. He's a party person. You know, he's whatever it is. He's a club person. He likes all these other women, all the, and then you didn't fight to, say no to that. And now you want to give the person rules and regulation after the institution have been built. No, please, it's wrong. All right. So if you notice at the time of courtship or dating that the person bullies you, it's always a bull. He can bully you, he can hit you. Today your mouth is swollen, tomorrow your eyes is swollen, your head is swollen. You can just fight. If you don't, you know, find a way of talking about that for it to be handled, there's going to be a problem. Because when you even get into that marriage, they'll be sure that this person will bully you, bully you, bully. Bully. I'm not joking, but that's the truth. You tell you I've been like that. And then the person will not be seeking for mercy and begin to ask, I will change. And then you would have suffered so much. There's no need. If the person is someone that knows how to keep malice is that, you maybe there's a quarrel. As long as this tongue and the teeth are living inside the mouth, sometime the teeth bite the tongue, but they're still living together. So there could be something that will lead to quarrel, but you don't live in malice. See, you know that this one is good at keeping malice, and you are delighted, trying saying he will change, it will patch him, I will patch. Watch before you take the leap, the jump. Some people like to keep grudges. They grew up seeing their parents, living like that, seeing their spouse, their parents or neighbors living, keeping grudge, having grudges. Grudges is a no-no. When you don't, when you don't address this, you get into marriage and not have a joyful home. When you don't have a kind of a base in which you build this relationship that you've been in, you're going to have problems. Yes, thank you for staying on. God bless you. So we are trying as much as we can. Anytime you see me, drop a word at least that will save someone that is about coming up. The problem that one person is going through might not be the problem that the other is going through, but in it all, we should be able to come to a place of compromise whereby we begin to imbibe things that are real. When you don't, look at this and you allow it to go, there's going to be problem even when you get married. Another point is arguing over everything. There are some people that will argue over where is the cup there, where is the cloth there. You don't keep arguing over everything is crisis for anyone. Look at what is it and talk over it before you take a decision, or else you find yourself, even when you are married and have your children, you fight over everything, you argue over it, you disagree over it, you keep malice. And then these are what you are mentoring, because like I always say, the children, my concern is the younger generation that are coming up. What are you mentoring to this younger generation that are coming in? If you keep mentoring wrong things to them, that's how they will now grow up and become just like you. A man sang a song. Wow. He shook his head and he said, the child is growing up and has become just like me. The child become a sad child and become a withdrawn person just because, you understand, things were not correct. And these children learn basically from what they see. Not particularly what you tell them. What they see, they learn. They learn quickly, and what you do. So this arguing all the time over everything, we should be matured, to talk about it. No, please, before we go into marriage, I don't think I want a home that is full of arguments. I don't think I want a home that's full of argument. Spell it out. Say it. Declare it. Let everyone hear. And when you come into marriage, you begin to tell yourself, well, we have already made the decision and we don't want it in our home. All right? Do not form the habit of always arguing, or find a solution that your partner is fond of reporting you to. When you notice, thank you for staying on. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so. God bless you. All right? When you notice that in every slightest thing, the man will always report you to his auntie or his uncle or his mother, he still find comfort. There could be problem if this is not handled. The Bible says, and the man shall leave his father and the mother and shall be cleaved. I mean, he shall leave his household. Not everything you go and report. She went out. And not everything you go and say. It's children that do that. But peradventure, you are the verge of saying, yes, I do. I will take you. A lifelong, commitment. And you have noticed all these things. Please, we are saying, handle it before you get them. All right? It's wrong for your spouse to keep reporting you to, his own people or her own people. He or she cannot offer you help from what he has. We have people that are so stingy. I'm not even talking about finances, even a help. They'll just target that this is supposed to be your responsibility. And so they cannot render you any form of help. Please, I'm not saying leave that person because of that. If you know you love yourself and you be able to, cope, go on with each other, please address this. We don't want a situation whereby you now get married tomorrow and you start seeing yourself as, enemies. And seeing people will be like, was it not love that brought them together? Didn't they agree? How come they are now like stark enemies to themselves? How come someone can decide to poison or kill the other? How come someone will begin to bring down the reputation of the other? No, please, I want to say, like I've said earlier, these things, when you see, they are red signs that you cannot overlook. All right? Make sure, when you talk about how do we cope up after marriage, as increasing that finances in the family is being increased, and the person doesn't want to talk about it, be careful. You should be able to talk about He should be able to talk about it. Truly, because finance is very important. Yes, you should be able to talk about how you will sustain that relationship in another level. People that came together to witness your union and see that you people are joined together in holy matrimony, they did not come there to make sure or to see you fail. Nobody is interested in your failing. They want to just see you succeed. So they came to eat your rice, eat your cake, drink your drink, because they want you to succeed. They clap. They are not even thinking about you. When they've gone home, they'll be like, oh, what a beautiful wedding. And that's the end of it. So I want to advise you, as healthy relationship, elders or experts, please, when you see anything that looks like a red sign, fight it before you say, I do. Thank you. When you have a partner that is very, very insultive, think again. Think again. Think again. When you have someone in your life that is very, very insultive, think again if you can go or if you can cope up with that person. Think again. We are telling you the truth. We are not lying. Think again. When someone that is quick to insult you and remind you of what you did yesterday, you are very stupid, you are very foolish, you are an idiot. Before you say I do, please handle that issues. When you are married or you are dating someone that lies, you know he lies. I hate people that lies. I mean, I don't like having such persons in my life. I'm afraid of a liar. I feel they can even kill. So if this person, don't be saying he's going to change, he's going to change. That person has been like that all his life. You that you're just coming into his life, he's not the one that will change him, except God changes him. And we trust God that will change him. But make a decision on, talk to the person concerning this aspect of life. When you see someone that is not interested in anything that bring advancement in your life, run for your dear life. Oh, run for your dear life. Anyone that is made a decision to settle with you should be interested on what should add value to your advancement. I have someone that I just met that makes my dress, and she will say when they got married, the husband took her just immediately because he has promised that he will do that before, when they were courting. And they were not opportunity because they are living in different towns then or different cities. Then when they go, as soon as we were getting married, before she took it, the man took her and went and registered her in an institution where she learned fashion and design, and she's doing so well today. She said that's the man insisted. If you are talking to someone that's not interested about your skill acquisition, adding to knowledge, going back to school, prospering or doing well in your business, run for your dear life, beloved. Think about running for your dear life. These ones might not mean you well. Welcome and thank you for staying on. We are talking about, precautionary measures that those that are about to settle in marriage should think of and at least talk about intensely before they take that decision of going for, saying I do in any institution that is, giving the authority to bring people together. People make mistakes because when in courtship, they are interested about the ice cream that they are taking, or the chicken they are eating, or what he has bought for me and what he has not bought for me, or the most trendy thing. They are not talking about the most important. He keeps beating you, and then giving you ice cream, and you are very okay with that. And no, beloved, no. And like I always say, I'm not a child. I've pastored people, younger people that are married with their children now. I've done that. And I was a young girl before. All right. I have been into, I don't know, I've associated with people. I've related with people. So I know when there are red signs. Least you get married and start crying. You are crying for who? Crying for no, but that marriage you entered into is either it's going to give you sweetness or it's going to give you bitterness that you keep crying. Nobody, even your family, might not be there for you. And so just make sure that see that that person is interested in seeing you advancing even academically. All right. Skill acquisition. Lack of communication is each time the person cannot just sit down and hear you talk. You can't communicate without insulting. You can't communicate without fighting. You can't just communicate without things going wrong. If you find yourself in that kind of relationship, hey, hush and talk to yourself, because that person is not going to change if he's not communicating then. And there could be reason why it's not communicating. Try to find out and say, okay, read like this afternoon. I was giving an example of my husband, and I think in those days when we got married early, we'll go buy a book for ourselves. We feel it will help us as a birthday gift to him or anniversary gift to ourselves. We'll read together, and then we'll now try to apply what we have read. Sometimes when he's missing it or I'm missing it, we have to tell ourselves back, is that what the word of God says? Or let us go back, Google, and find out. At least it will help to some extent. And if there's some things about us that is not making it accepted, we'd find a way of creating a balance. So when you have someone that is not communicating at all, don't think you can change the person. No. And don't go and start crying when you now get married and you are looking for someone to communicate with. And that's one of the things that drives the woman cannot communicate. It now the man now sees a woman out there that can communicate. Hey, you now begin to say, I've seen an angel. I have seen an angel. I have seen an indigo, or someone that can sing. Anything that you want before you get into marriage, please try to settle it, discuss it, and I believe God for you that you get what you are desiring. Welcome. All right. We are trying to encourage our younger ones. Do not leave. Just stay. Pen down your contribution. Communicate. The chat's time. It's not time for one person to keep talking. All right. Your advice will help the younger ones. We are raising vanguard, of people. We are vanguarding, raising people, that will join force with us just to make sure our relationship remain healthy. When you are with someone that is always emphatic about, don't cross my boundary, don't do this, don't do that, don't enter this room, don't do. He's very, very emphatic about boundaries. Don't enter here, don't do the. I'm telling us the truth. It's a red sign, red, RED. You don't touch my this, don't touch my that, don't touch. It's okay for him to be asked now. Maybe that's the way he was brought up, or that's all he understands. But all I'm trying to say is, please, please, I beg you, discuss it if you do not like it. Not when you not get married, you come and start shouting, he has changed, oh. Mommy, this is not who I married, oh. He has changed, oh. She has changed. This is not who I married. He has not changed anything. It's you that we are blind and you are refusing to accept what you should have talked about and talk about it. All right? He doesn't want it. There are some people that are excessively jealous that they can kill. If you notice an excessive jealous person, you know, no man can talk to you that you're about to get married to. No man can talk to you that you're about to get married. Excessively jealous. And then they are so, when it comes from them, they can even kill. They'll be fuming. They'll be angry. Everything in them will be shaking. Ah, that is demonic jealousy. Please be careful. Talk about it. And if you see that there's no line that can be drawn, do not jeopardize your life by going into that relationship with that person. It is not by force. So, life first. You might go into that union and discover that you have crisis and you be crying. Don't come and look for Pastor T now. I will not be there. I will not be there. That's what I'm teaching now. Let those, like the Bible say, let those that have ear. Do you have ear? Do you have a T? Do you have kune according to our Hausa people? Do you have nti according to the Igbo man? Imakwa ihe, do you know what you are going into? Some people are going through one crisis or the other, and he keep repeating himself, and he said, I will manage. I will manage. There is no need to manage anything. An Igbo adage will say, ugboro neki ihe ya emegi were marry ihe. How long, how many times will that thing happen to you? And now someone will say, so now, I don't know how to interpret in Yoruba language. How long will that thing keep happening before you develop some sense? Someone sang a song. He said, use your sense before they will use it for you. Then you not say the person is abusive. This marriage is a torment, but you permitted it. So please, whatever you do not permit, don't complain when it starts happening. Be careful of a spouse that about to marry that is very manipulative. Be careful. They always want to get from you. Manipulative. They want to get from you always. They always want to get from you. They can manipulate you and just take from you, and then shishi. According to some people, you will not get from them. If that person over manipulative, all I'm saying is that please address it before you say I do. Because it might just germinate and become that little cup. You know, that little lion will be playing with you, that little, tiger, you'll be playing. You think, little cup, little cup. When it grows up to be a full blown, is it a lion now, tiger, whatever, you cannot control it. I remember in those days when we were growing up in Lafia, our landlord keeps this animal. So we have monkey in front of our house. A big, when this little monkey, we be praying when they give birth. When little monkey, we'll be playing. When they now grow up and become that big monkey or father monkey or chimpanzee, we have the father. He has cages. I don't know why the man, but he likes it. And so every time in front of our house, he's just in front of the house. He has cages for them. He's a landlord, and that's where we are staying. When we are now great, these animals that we are seeing, when they are now great, when you are passing, they will tear your cloth, they will drag you. When they see people stretch their hand, little children that are there to sell whatever they are selling, they will just stretch and push their tray and scatter it. And that tells me that it's no longer the little monkey, little baby monkey. I don't know what they call baby monkey, but the truth of the matter is that it has grown and has become dangerous, even to the owner. At some point, they had to remove the big one, and then it will keep bringing monkey. We don't know the significance of that, but you keep keeping monkeys. They always want to get from you. That's the manipulative people. All right. When you don't respect yourself, respect is very, very important in a relationship. The women are expected, they say respect. The men will always say women respect us. But I see that respect is also reciprocal. When you respect the other respect you. But if you're in a relationship where the man cannot respect, the woman cannot respect you, and you want to get married, he goes out and shout at you. One of those days I was going to the hospital, I came out from the hospital really, and I saw this pregnant woman and the husband, and I don't know whether it's because I'm going to use it as an example today. I go to the market and I saw this man, working with a pregnant woman. It's at Wuse Market in Abuja. And then he will turn and will be shouting at the woman. He'll be shouting. The woman is on the quiet side. And she'll be like, and I saw her with this big belly, pregnant, and the husband is shouting. I'm like, oh wow, what is this? That was in the early days when I got married. What is it? Why is the man so? Why is he shouting at her? And the woman was just following. She was just following quiet. I don't know, because I don't know why she was quiet. I don't know. Of course, I don't expect her to fight the husband, but he was just bullying and shouting. At this point, he was shouting. Why? Why? This is not supposed to be. All right. This woman would have been crying and crying inside of her. And before you know it, she gives birth to, that's me saying, I'm not saying that's what it's supposed to be. They give birth to a sad child. She's not respected. All right. Always, you know, always be healthy. Example, you have someone that is always healthy. I want to just, is healthy, healthy, healthy. Sorry, I was just trying to remember this from where I wrote it. It's always healthy. He want to put you down. In relationship that will lead to marriage, or marriage at the long run, there is nothing like trying to put somebody down. No man or woman give birth to his own child for you to put them in the armpit and begin to step on them. No, 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 no. No man does that. My daughter will always remind me, said, who does that? No, you don't do that. You don't carry somebody's daughter and put them under armpits. All right? Make sure you keep up the communication. Disrespectful treatment. It gives you disrespectful, a shout on you and the public, and everywhere shout on you. And no, don't do that. Don't address that before you say I do. Being over secretive. There's some people that they can be secretive about everything. Being over secretive. Please address it. Dishonesty and deceptive. You know that this one is dishonest, like say lies, lies, lies. What I hate most is lying. People that will always go and collect credit in this, borrowing here and there, and you are swallowing it. I give you kudos. You are swallowing it thinking that you change it tomorrow. You can't change it tomorrow. Do not permit whatever you permit. Just be ready that you're going to live with it. Dishonest person, they don't have truth in their mouth. You know it, but say you want to manage because he is tall. He is, what is he called? Lanky. He has broad shoulders. He has gone to gym and developed muscle. He's the finest. Let him not be fine and let him have good character. That's fine. That's saying you are marrying someone that has no good character at all, and you feel that you want to go on with the person. When you go on, you're going to cry. That body, that chest that you are seeing that he has, that is attracting you, that 6 feet tall man that you are seeing, if you are not very careful, while you are crying and changing your face, another person will take over the person. And it's also on the reverse. It's also on the contrary. It's not only for the man, it can also happen to the woman. Do not agree for someone that is a deceptive person. This one deceive people. This one is not doing any good handwork. You're a good gentleman. This one is doing robbery. This one is doing yahoo. This one cheats people. You know it, but your interest is the money that you are eating. Hey, hush, beloved sis, beloved bros, hush. Do not go into such a. Remember, when you finally settle in marriage, you're going to have this to contend with. And your children will eventually turn, except by the mercy of God, the person changes. And I want to tell you that before the person changes, you would have cried. You go, don't cry, 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 and you'll be crying alone. You'll just be there because nobody will save you. Somebody can come and advise you, or you're running out of that relationship. Quickly start running out of that relationship. When you run, someone says to me, where am I going to run to? All right. Be careful of this person that always criticize your family and friends. I want to stop there. If you know this person is very good at criticizing your family and friend, beloved, run from that person. And you, it's not every negative, evil thing that you see, wrong thing happening, that you now go and begin to tell, your spouse about your family or the dirty, dirty thing. One day, this spouse will use against you. I'm telling you the truth. I lie not. Least this spouse used against you. I tell you the truth. I lie not. Sometimes we need to zip our mouth. Zip, 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 zip. Let it be closed. It's not everything you say that you are in love. You go and talk, 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 talk. One day, the man or the woman will say, that's how your mother was crazy. And that's how your father was crazy. And crazy, and I can now see the crazy you. One day will remind you, I'm not surprised. It's once in the family. Please, let's be wise before we say I do. If that thing is something that you feel you cannot in any way take or handle, beloved in the Lord, I charge you, say no, no, and safeguard your life. Thank you so very much for staying on with me this short time this evening. I appreciate you. Please, if you have not watched my other videos, quickly go watch my shorts. I was happy someone called me today and said your shorts are very sharp, precise, concise, and direct to the point. So watch all the shots, watch the live if you can, watch, the playlist. That will be very fantastic for me. And please don't forget to subscribe and share it on. I love you. If someone have not told you they love you, just remember that Pastor Tina Okonji loves you so much. I am the healthy relationship advocate, and I want to always sing your union can work. Love you. Take care. Have a good night's rest. Okay. Thank you, Lord.